Bullhead Mountain Spring Water. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer, Big Game James Worthy, our Laker insider Mike Bresnan, Mike Trudell handling the post-game responsibilities in Denver. Guys, a big win for the Lakers. A big win. 123-100, the final score on primetime television. No doubt about it. Do you have something to give right now? Am I interrupting you?
I don't know if Brez remembers the original Worthy clap, but it started in the chair. I'm too tired to get up right now, but the original was a little, you remember that one? The little ran in the chair. It was like, and then do a little wiggle at the top. No, I just coming off the injured list, so I thought I'd give you a little Worthy clap call. Send them in, because this is the best game of the year, in my opinion. For the Los Angeles Lakers. So just wanted to give a little chair-worthy clap, and I do want you guys to send them in immediately.
I felt the energy, and when you said it midway through the fourth, that you felt like this was probably the best game of the season. Yeah. Look, guys, I'll give you guys all the numbers and the stats. You guys can have them. I just want to say I think you start at the top. You give credit where credit is due. J.J. Redick and his coaching staff came in with a brilliant game plan, both sides of the basketball. You had a team on both sides of the basketball executing at a very high level. Offensively, it started 4 guys with 20 or more, led by Luka. Most points in a Laker uniform, 32 offensively. 10 boards, 7 assists, 4 steals. Don't talk about Luka's defense. He had 4 steals tonight, all right? We all saw it. And then defensively, we know when it comes to Denver, it starts with that guy right there, Nikola Jokic. Yes, a triple-double. That's what he does. He had 12, 13, and 10, but just 7 field goal attempts all night long. The Lakers went into Denver, and they took this one. Big game.
Yeah, one of the first times in Joker's career where his triple-double was not even impactful at all. And, Allie, you're right, man. The coaching staff, the plan that they put together for this team going into Denver, the toughest schedule coming up, starting with Denver in the altitude. You know, it started with that defense. Irritating Joker early. I thought Rui did a good job just getting in his way before he gets to his sweet spots, bumping a little bit, making him react first. I thought that irritated. Never had the ball where there was 2 or 3 people around him at all times. And the weak side defense was amazing, too. Forced a lot of turnovers. I just thought this was a well-played game, a well-coached game, and very scrappy. Best game of the year. Murray not really a factor. And I just was really impressed with this game. It's one of the best games I've seen in a long time from this team.
Worthy of the sit-down, worthy clap.
That's all I had.
No doubt about it. Hey, you missed the last 2 games. You weren't feeling well. Just glad to have you here and giving the worthy clap. And, James, I'm with you 100%. This is such an important win for this team. Okay, when all the dust settled, Allie, on all the trades the Lakers made or didn't make, one question for me remained. Who's going to play defense against the important bigs in the league? Jokic, probably number 1 on that list. He played 35 minutes. He made 2 shots. And James is absolutely right. It was defense by committee. You had Rui sometimes. Sometimes you had Vando, just kind of annoying him, kind of buzzing around him. And Jokic was bothered. He was absolutely not himself tonight. This is a huge win for the Lakers. And also on offense, the Luka-LeBron combo with Austin Reeves, the 3rd star of the Lakers. I mean, oof. I mean, you might not need defense at all with those 3 guys playing the way they did tonight. But what they did defensively tonight was very, very special and very eye-opening, because there are some really good bigs in this league. Jackson Hayes is the only 5 that played tonight for the Lakers, until garbage time, of course.
Many people were wondering, to that point, if Luka, Austin, and LeBron could put it together offensively. Obviously, a very small sample size, but we saw a glimpse of what that could look like, and you only imagine how it could continue to come to fruition over the course of putting games together. I will say the biggest stat for me defensively, before we get to Mike Trudell really quick, was the 22 turnovers forced for 39 Laker points. That is a season high off turnovers.
That's how you do it right
for the Lakers this season. Let's go back to Denver. Dorian Finney-Smith is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Dorian Finney-Smith, maybe the thing that the Lakers were missing to win in this arena was just having Dodo on the team. Is that it?
No, I wouldn't say that, but it's a different group right now. You know, everybody, we love being with each other right now. We gelling right now. We just got to keep it going, man. I heard a couple guys say they ain't won here in a while, so I'm just happy we changed that.
Yeah, honestly, Luka Doncic better than most people in LA that are getting to know him. You've seen performances like this all the time. Just take me through what you see from Luka.
Man, just Luka being Luka, man. Be patient. I'm telling you, it's coming. Today was a great step to the right direction, but knowing LD, he probably mad. He shot some air balls. I'm like, bro, you were 4 for 9. He's still talking about the shots he missed. So that's just who he is, man. He always trying to get better, and I'm happy with us.
Yeah, were there a couple indications of him kind of starting to get in rhythm, maybe a step back three? What was something you see about him that can tell you he's starting to come?
Just the 4 steals, honestly. It ain't got nothing to do with offense. It's just him. I ain't gonna lie, he one of the best guys who know when to read the ball and know how to play off the ball and get steals. And he showed it tonight. So just him, just hopping the passing lanes, doing what he do. I think when I played with the Mavs, he led the team in steals, and he made sure he tell me that because I'm supposed to be the defender.
Fair enough. Last one for you. Getting a win like this against a Denver team that had won 9 in a row in their building, what kind of confidence do you guys have as you move forward?
It means a lot, as far as what we're trying to do, but we just got to keep it going. We got a tough team coming in, the Mavs, so we know we got to get ready for the circus with all the stuff with Luka and stuff. So, we just got to, block the noise and just get the win.
All right, thanks, Soto.
Appreciate you.
Talking about starring in your role, Dorian Finney-Smith did just that tonight. I do want to point out here, Luka Doncic, JJ said before the game we talked about it, he wanted him to have a blackout episode. Coming in, averaging just under 15 in his first 3 games. He had 16 through the first quarter. He had that moment where he screamed at no one in particular, but you just felt like Luka was back. You heard him tell Lisa Salters he feels more and more like himself.
Yeah, being traded, it's tough for anybody. But Luka, a mega star, unexpectedly being traded, it took a little time for him to adjust. And you come into LeBron's team, you have to took his time. But LeBron said, do your thing. And Redick said, do your thing. And so, he's settled in. These shots right here are what we're accustomed to seeing. Those deep threes and then a little snarl. I love that. And then he's making a pass or getting a really easy layup. You can't speed him up. He's strong. He knows how to play off the body. And I think he's finally settling in with this team, knowing their tendencies, the lob to LeBron, the lob to Hayes, the passes out to the corner to Reeves and things like that. He's getting very comfortable with this team, and it's only going to get better for him, in my opinion.
And for the Lakers and Luka to do this in a place that's been a haunted house for them. I mean, Ball Arena has been so unkind to the Lakers over the years. We talked about it a lot in the pregame show, Allie. For them to go in there and dominate. I mean, fans streaming for the exits with 4 minutes left. Sad shots of Jamal Murray on the bench, kind of like, what just happened out there? Things you're not accustomed to seeing if you're a Laker fan and you're playing the Denver Nuggets. And this team has been so good lately. They were 9th in the West in December, slowly ascended to 2nd in the West. They won 9 in a row until tonight. This is just huge for the Lakers. Look, we're still only in February. We're still a couple months from the playoffs. But this is a win they can go back on and say, in case they play them in the playoffs, we absolutely housed them in that February game. And also, one other thing, James, Lakers got a tough schedule coming up. They can go a little bit easier on themselves because they can say we can beat teams like this on the road handily, no matter who we're playing the rest of this month and in March.
I do want to touch on something because we talked about it in the pregame. Our guy actually in the game as well, and he was texting with me, and I said it just kind of felt a little different. And then we were having conversations with B More as well. Everyone knows the story between these two teams over the last several years, right? Denver's had their number; they've won 13 of the last 14. You mentioned coming in, Denver's won 9 straight. But when you looked at this matchup, it just felt different. And I think it goes back to just how strategic every possession felt, kind of like a playoff feel, not necessarily from an atmosphere and intensity. We're here in the month of February, but from a strategic standpoint. And we talked about a big game because you've got 3 visionaries, 3 of the most greatest dynamic players and playmakers on the floor in Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic. They can take you one-on-one. you double, triple team them, they can find and make the right pass. And I think from the Lakers standpoint tonight, we saw it maybe for the first time at an elite level, just how much Luka Doncic makes this matchup feel different. And when he and LeBron are on the floor and they draw those doubles, they're going to find the open man. And I think at a very high level, the Lakers executed that in the second half especially.
We pay so much attention to how talented they are that we forget the IQ that they have on the basketball court and their vision, and what they're looking for, and how they can be ahead of plays before it even happens. That's what I love about both Luka and LeBron. Luka surveys the floor. He takes a snapshot, and then he gets into his act. Before you know it, he's got an easy layup, or he's making a lob or an easy bucket. So you have two intelligent ball players on the floor who can enhance everybody around them. Everybody likes to play with them. If they just stay patient and stay in their spots and move without the basketball, they're going to be the beneficiary of some really good passes from these guys. And I just think that LeBron and Luka are on the same page. They understand what their roles are and when they need to, ham and egg it together. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I saw LeBron one time, told Luka, "You got it," and he just walked off the floor and took a break. That's a good thing to have. It takes a lot of pressure off LeBron, and with the way the rest of the supporting cast is playing scrappy defense, this is one of the best games I've seen, and a really good team, solid team that I've seen in a long time. I know it's a short sample, but if they move in the right direction consistently, this could be something really special.
I mean, the Lakers finished with 27 assists. 19 came from LeBron and Luka. For the game, 55 assists, 29 between Luka, LeBron, and Nikola Jokic.
That's crazy. And James, ham and egg in it. I love that. I don't quite know what it means, but I'm all over it.
That means that in golf, if you're my teammate, I play one good hole, you get the next hole. Ham and egg.
Ham and egg.
Back and forth.
Ham and egg.
Geeter cheers us with his wine, so I'm going to cheers you with my Arrowhead spring water. Thanks for tuning in over the Nuggets. They improved to 34-21 on the season, 13 games above 500. Send it back out to Denver. Let's hear from J.J. Redick. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
J.J., a lot of different things. You would have to imagine what stands out the most to you about tonight.
I thought our guys' conviction to execute a game plan and stick with that game plan was excellent. I told the group this, there are certain moments throughout the season that, you just get up for. And, I pretty much haven't slept since we walked off the court in Portland. And, I've just spent a lot of time on this game. Our staff spent a lot of time on this game. I envision our guys playing hard. They played harder than I could have envisioned. They battled tonight. And those are the two things that stood out.
You had mentioned before the game you wanted to see Luka enter a certain mode. I can't remember exactly what your words were.
Blackout episode.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
He got one. At the end of the first half when he hit the three right in front of our bench, 63-52. He started screaming. Okay. I don't know who he was screaming at, but he started screaming. It was great.
He looks kind of like Luka, right? But
yeah.
Can you just describe what you saw?
No, he was great. He controlled the game when he had the ball in his hands, made some great decisions. I thought the way he handled the shock with Jokic up in pick and roll early, getting us good looks, getting Jackson 2 layups. They had to go to other options. And then on the other end, it was a top-notch defensive game from him. And again, that was all our guys. They battled and they competed and they executed at a really high level.
Big part of the game plan was having Rui physically meet Jokic and deny. I think 7 shot attempts. For him. Is the tied for a season low this year. How good was Rui in that job tonight? And how good team-wise were you with really just making it difficult for them to even get Nikola the ball?
Yeah, I mean, again, he leads the NBA in touches. He's going to touch the ball, and we tried to limit his touches as much as possible. Thought Rui was outstanding. He he was a warrior tonight, a warrior. And all the guys that had primary turns on him, LeBron at one point, Vando for sure, setting the tone with his physicality, Doe as well. And then anytime a small got switched on again, we just stuck with what we were trying to do and had to live with some things, but that's what we were willing to live with.
And then to the second question, in terms of, obviously Luka dealt with a pretty big shock to his world and so you guys spoke, but how important do you think it'll be for him to have played a game like this now in a Lakers uniform as he moves forward with the organization?
Yeah, I think, again, the sort of return to normalcy and in some ways a new normal that we're trying to create for him, there are steps to all of that for it to become his new normal. And you need, in some ways, like, what about Bob? You need baby steps. And, tonight was a baby step.
There's no way you've seen What About Bob.
My staff hasn't even seen What About Bob.
I've never even heard of that.
Bill Murray, it's a Bill Murray movie. Yeah, it's an excellent movie. Richard Dreyfuss, Baby Steps to the Elevator. Baby Steps to the Elevator.
Tuesday, the Lakers host the Dallas.
Fast to sleep. The next thing you know, he's baseline for the dunk.
Russ didn't even know he was out there.
I had no clue.
LeBron
They were
had
playing
25
4 on
points, 3 blocks in the win. Let's go inside the Lakers locker room. He's with Mike in the media.
LeBron, it was a pretty comprehensive win, both sides of the ball, but I wondered what stood out the most to you about the way you guys played.
Our attention to detail, our game plan defensively. We were locked in for 48 minutes. We followed all the keys that our game plan had entail, and we executed that.
JJ told us a couple parts of that and some of the similarities from the game plan against the Knicks, but like with the whiting and kind of fronting Jokic and just everybody flying around, how were you guys able to execute that defensively?
By trusting. We had to trust each other, and then if things ever broke down, we had to cover for one another, and I thought we did that tonight.
Did that, for Luka, did that look more like Luka tonight? And again, as you said, it's going to keep taking some time, but were there things that stood out?
Yeah, this is, I think, it was 4th game back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Luka that we all accustomed, have been watching over the last 7 years. Especially you get that left side of the floor step back going. Pretty damn dangerous, and big time game from tonight.
There's a lot to take out of the night, but to focus on the game plan element of it and your guys' execution of it, I guess, what does that say about the growth in terms of trust in JJ and this group's ability to stay on something so detail-oriented against a team that puts a lot of stress on a game plan?
Well, we have to. In order for us to be successful, in order for us to win, ultimately, long term, we have to trust our game plan. We have to trust and be so dialed in on attention to detail. We have the personnel that we can really lock in on a game plan and really lock in and then be super strategic about how we want to execute offensively and defensively, and that was great to see tonight.
Luka found you streaking up the court in stride for an easy score in the first half, and it's not the first time this happened in the short amount of time you guys have been playing with one another. Is that instinctual? Are you guys giving each other a look? How do you explain that chemistry already?
I'm a natural born wide receiver, and he's a natural born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. I've been running the floor and running lanes pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. It's just all about eye contact and him being the great quarterback like he is, and me being the recipient of it. So.
Kobe Yoban.
LeBron, JJ said that this morning he talked to Luka and he told him he wanted him to have a blackout episode.
Yeah.
Kind of just yell to himself and just sort of have that passion and that fire that he typically plays with. Felt like he picked up a tech right before halftime and felt like he played more like that. Did you see that out there tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Super dialed in. He was very, just locked in on what he wanted to do out here on the floor tonight. Once he, start hitting those step-back threes, he get the yelling and barking, either at the fans or at us or at himself, and he had every right to, I don't think he said too much to get the tee. They're kind of picking on us right now with the short leash on technicals, but he got hit in the head before the half, besides that, he was just dialed in on what he wanted to do and how he wanted to execute his game plan individually.
You guys had lost 8 straight here, and a lot of those games looked pretty similar, where maybe you had 24 really good minutes. In the third quarter tonight, they came out, I think, and scored 7 or 8 straight
to start the quarter
and cut it to 1.
Yep.
How did you guys withstand that? What did you like best about that stretch?
We kept our composure, and then we hit some shots. I think Rui hit back-to-back threes. I think,
He hit one AR.
He hit one, AR hit one, and then Luka hit one to bump the lead back up. I believe to 11. They called a timeout. So, but more importantly, we got stops. When they made that run to cut it to 1, we scored. We got a stop. We scored again. We got a stop. So we was able to bump it back up. So, we've been in a lot of games this year when we've been able to hold our composure. Throughout adverse times on the road and at home. So I think that worked to our advantage.
Pass from Luka to LeBron last game.
How about this crazy graphic? In 6 days, Luka will be 26, but nonetheless, most 30-point games, 25 and under. He had 32 tonight, 193, but Michael Jordan, Wilt, Kevin Durant, LBJ.
Some names, James.
That's the bucket list right there. The impactor list was the bucket list.
You got a few lists.
If you still didn't believe that Luka Doncic was the Laker, tonight's game is proof. Back to Denver, he's with Mike.
Hey, Luka, JJ was telling us that before the game you said something to you about he wanted you to have a blackout moment, and you felt like you didn't see one tonight, but how much did you feel a little bit more like yourself, and what got you going in that first quarter?
Yeah, honestly, this is working.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can see it, me smiling on the court, having fun. JJ told me, you got to have one, that blackout moment you have. So I think I had one. But, just felt like me a little bit, so I was happy.
How encouraging is it for you to find your game like this quickly, and then to see the team come along, have the defensive effort as well, and just have that all come together? What kind of confidence does it give you about your new team?
Great confidence, I remember when was the last time I won here. So, it's very tough to play here against that team. So, just to win like that, it's an amazing win for us and gives me a lot of confidence moving forward.
Luka, JJ made it clear post-game that he wants the ball to go through you and you to run the offense, and then LeBron and Austin will get their shifts when they're staggering kind of the minutes. It felt like you had the ball more in your hands tonight with pick and rolls and mismatch hunting. I guess how comfortable are you feeling within the offense and just kind of getting a sense of your teammates and everything?
Yeah, like I said, every day is gonna get better. I'm getting to learn the plays. They're similar, but all they have different names. So, but I'm getting to learn that. But us three, I think depends on the day. Everybody has so much talent. So, I think today the way we shared the ball was amazing, and the ball movement was amazing.
JJ said pregame that in order for you guys to kind of get where you want to be, you guys talk about championship. Denver is one of the groups that you have to figure out a way to beat. How meaningful is it to get this win, knowing that they could be a team you'd see down the line?
Big time. Like I said, it's very hard to win here. And playing against these guys, I think our defensive effort was there from the beginning. We were the more physical team, and that's what we got to do every night.
How does that hit you about its potential, this group's potential moving forwards, even in the immediacy, not just big picture, like right now?
Yeah, I think our goal is, our goal is to win championship. That's our only goal. And I think we have the team for that. Obviously the chemistry with me and the guys, it's going to take a little time still. But, like you saw today, I think it's getting better and better.
It seemed like you guys had a very specific game plan in terms of, or strategy rather, with how you guys defended Jokic. I think his second fewest points he's had in the season, tied for his fewest field goal attempts. How encouraged were you not just by the effort, but the actual execution of that strategy, of that game plan, and how you guys hit the doubles and the post ups?
Yeah, I think the game plan was amazing. Obviously we all know what kind of player Jokic is, so it's very tough to guard him. So the way we did today, I think it was unbelievable, and we stick to the game plan for 48 minutes, which is amazing. And JJ said after the game, that's a big thing.
Luka, obviously you've been aware of LeBron and kind of what he does for a long time. I want to ask about Austin Reeves, though. Are there anything that surprised you or impressed you more from kind of playing with him and seeing the kind of player that he's grown into?
It doesn't surprise me. I've been watching him a lot. When we play them, it was hard to guard him, and he's just a different guy. He's one of those guys that just makes a difference for him being just on the court. So I'm very excited to get some, playing time with him.
You found LeBron on a few outlet passes already in the short amount of time you played with one another. Is that unspoken? Is that just like you guys are just reading one another and already finding that chemistry?
Yeah, like I said, it's going to take some time, but you saw it. Even in the first game we had some of those, so I'm happy to get
more than usual. So get those tacos, baby. But don't fall asleep on those egg rolls.
Want much more crunch?
Come on, give me that commercial. Waiting.
He has. He has.
Give it to him.
You know what else we're waiting on? Him to do the access 360.
Hey, you're not done, James.
On defending
Nope, it's all you.
Jokic.
You're so good at it.
Chris McGee, if you were here, I'd let you do it. But, yeah, the defense tonight was exceptional, man. I just think they swarmed like Jokic. But look at the weak side defense. They're ready to react. They know he's going to go baseline, and when he does, I think that Luka comes over. I think see the Vanderbilt to shoot it, and he was a little bit frustrated. I think he realized that smaller players that can play under him a little bit, I think he has a problem with that, especially if you put body on him, don't let him get to his spots. Just a matter of just getting in his way sometimes. I think they did a good job tonight.
You see that full screen right there. Great breakdown, big game. He's been averaging 30, 12, and 11 over his last 9. Of course, the Nuggets have won 9 straight over that stretch. But tonight, just 12 points. He had 6 turnovers, only 7 shot attempts. 8 of his 12 points came from the free throw line, Brez.
Yeah, I really like the 3-point field goals. Jokic, he's been 44% this season. He took only 1, and he didn't make it. The Lakers, when you have a player like him who can pass and score, you have to choose, as a defense. And the Lakers said, hey, we're going to make you pass. We are not going to let you score. He got his passes in. He got his dimes. He did fine there. But 2 shots that he made in 35 minutes. You're taking away a very important part of that Denver offense, and it showed. Great defense by the Lakers.
Very impressive. 23 points for Austin Reeves in the victory. He's speaking with Mike in the locker room.
Austin, the last time you won here was that end of your rookie year, kind of 30-plus point, triple-double explosions. It's been a while. What were you guys able to do to sustain what was kind of a total team win in this one?
I just thought we stuck to the game plan. Everything we did was, attention to detail. Every possession we tried to execute what we wanted to do. You're never going to play perfect, but tonight we played a really good game.
What were kind of on-court indications about the way that Luka started the game, that rhythm that he got early, and looked like the guy you've been playing against for a while? And how did you feel like that fit into what you guys are doing competitively?
I thought he was great. Everybody just wants to talk about struggles shooting the ball. He hadn't played since Christmas. This is his 4th game. He's a human at the end of the day, and a hell of a basketball player at the same time. So, he set the tone tonight with what he does, and obviously that's what we've all been accustomed to see for the last however many years he's been in the league.
You guys were not a very good defensive team for a month or so.
Y'all can all leave if y'all want. No,
but now the entire team is a good defensive team. Yeah. I'm not asking about your...
No, I just seen everybody was dipping out.
Just even you guys, seemingly from the very start tonight, we're locked in defensively. That's a really good offensive.
Yeah, I think, like I spoke about it, getting Gabe and Vando back from injury, and then, bringing Doe over from Brooklyn. Those guys are players that you want to play with, and every single possession they're locked in on what they need to do. So, we got to give a lot of credits to those 3 guys, and then everybody else is just bought into winning the basketball. It's not what can I do to be successful myself. It's what can I do to help us be successful. So it's a beautiful thing.
So it seems like you were okay, but what happened on that play with Gordon?
I actually don't know what happened, but yeah, I had a crazy pain, so
I didn't get hit or anything, but yeah, I'm fine now. I got stretched a little bit, and they just warmed it up, and I was fine, so I got back in the game. But yeah, I'm fine, and yeah, he'll be fine too. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you were obviously a key part to the defensive game plan, and trying to body up on Jokic and just flying around. What was the kind of the message as to what they needed you to do, and how were you able to execute that?
Yeah, just give him an easy touch. I think he's of course the main guy for them, and if he distract them, it's going to be hard for them to operate their offense. So our defense plan was to just distract him, from a half court. Once he get in half court, I got to be on him, literally the whole time. So it was a great game plan, and as a team, I think we did a good job, execute our defense plan. So yeah, that's why we got this done.
And then offensively, what was it like for you with Luka kind of looking like Luka now, right? And then just getting to that next level, and you still got LeBron, you got Austin out there, and what are you looking for, and how does that evolve things for you?
It was nice, I think finally we saw him. I think he's still, getting back from an injury, and it's going to take a time, and playing with the, Bron, for Lakers, it's a different thing. So, team, I think we have to kind of progress. It's going to be a big progress. So I think we have to, keep communicating each other, build our chemistry, and yeah, we just gotta, we're going to have a crazy stretch coming up with the March. So we have to really pray for each other, and yeah, help each other, and then we got to get this.
Considering just.
Good to hear Rui is okay. So we just mentioned with the Rockets lost tonight, the Lakers now in that 4 spot, a Western Conference standings. Got 27 games left?
27 games left.
27 games left on the season.
It is happening quickly. And by the way, a nice byproduct of the Laker win. They're only 2 games behind Denver now in the standings, James. That's impressive picking that up.
It is.
They're playing a lot of guys around them over the next week or so. You got the emotional game against the Mavs and the Timberwolves, and then the Clips. So you see 6, 7, and 8. That's part of your next 4 games. You got 2 against the Clippers coming up soon.
Soon enough is Tuesday versus the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, how about that for emotion?
Yeah.
You're going to be there, James.
Max is back in town. I know AD's not playing, but Dallas taking on Luka for the first time.
Yeah. Why'd you trade me?
Mm-hmm. You and Geeter will be down there, so to feel just that energy and atmosphere.
Yeah. We're down there for pre and post game.
For pre and post.
And then they go to Dallas in March, I believe. So it'll be pretty emotional for Luka as well. I kind of wish AD was playing, but he's still out at least a couple weeks. It's too bad because it would be cool to see him come back, see that energy there. Max Christie, by the way, playing really, really well for Dallas. So all those whining Dallas fans, we didn't get enough. Now Max is playing really well.
Love Max.
And wait for AD to get
17.
healthy.
Love him.
What do you think Geeter's doing right now?
Falling asleep on his couch.